From the subprime crisis, the world rapidly woke up by the end of 2008 to the evidence of a deep recession. By now, confidential reports are circulating which estimate the total amount of toxic assets infesting the financial system around the world at 20 trillion of euros instead of the 2 to 4 we were hoping for at the beginning. Even the former chairman of the Federal Reserve, Alan Greenspan, is now suggesting that bank nationalization might be the only way to guarantee an orderly and timely salvage rescue of the whole banking system. Senior bankers that we interviewed in Amsterdam, London or Paris all confidentially agree that we are now moving from recession towards depression. The corporate corridors are full of words such as travel ban, zero budget consultancy, zero budget for education, weekly cash flow reviews, cost cutting across the board. It seems that consumers, but also business leaders, are petrified and paralyzed, waiting for the savior. This is a very human and natural reaction. Go back towards history, go back to the biblical times. People have all been waiting for a savior in times of hardship. Recently, when we look at the hopes, the tremendous expectations pinned on the shoulders of elected President Barack Obama, not only by his fellow American citizens but by the whole world, we see another example of that human reaction. How to become the savior that employees, shareholders, clients and consumers and the society at large are screaming for. Chris Parker, my partners of MTI and myself have been searching back as far as Aristotle and found out that this Greek wise man and philosopher was teaching into his rhetoric courses that charismatic leaders, the saviors we are looking for today, are using three levers: logos, logic; ethos, ethics; pathos, from which pathology word comes from, in order to engage their people. Logos, we call it the intellectual or strategic agenda, is about co-creation of clarity with our followers upon the situation we are in and the ways to get out of it. The word co-creation is fundamental if we don't want to take the monkey on our shoulders and being named the sole responsible of the ship, the crew and the passengers. The second agenda, ethos, is the behavioral and leadership agenda. Most of the value is not destroyed through the wrong strategy, but usually through the wrong behaviors. Recent example again, when the three big leaders of Detroit flew in their separate corporate jets to Washington asking for taxpayer money and being obviously rebuffed by the politicians. The last agenda, pathos, is also called emotional or engagement agenda and relates to the skills of the leaders to use metaphors, stories and symbols to intellectually compel and emotionally engage their followers into the change. Dr. Martin Luther King was an outstanding example of that. Our book is about explaining and describing how successful leaders combine those three agendas, logos, ethos and pathos, into an engagement process for their followers.